Get up here, mop girl! I need a punching bag to entertain my students.
A martial arts gym, peak hour. Craig Whitmore, head instructor black belt, pointed at his janitor with a lazy grin, already bored of her.
Just here to clean.
Get on the mat. Now.
Joel Sanders stood frozen, lips trembling.
You think you get to say no?
He turned to his class.
Drag her up here.
Two students grabbed her arms, pulled her onto the mat. The class erupted. Fight, fight, fight! Fists pounding the floor. Craig circled her, 20 faces staring, nobody helping. Joelle lowered her eyes.
I'll spar with you.
Craig grinned. He thought this fight would put his gym on the map. He didn't know it was the beginning of the end of everything he'd built. Ridgemont Athletic Center sat on the edge of a suburban strip mall outside Charlotte, North Carolina. Glass front, black mats, chrome equipment. From the outside, it looked like any high-end fitness center. But inside, one man ran it like his personal kingdom. Craig Whitmore had built the gym's flagship martial arts program from nothing. Third-degree black belt, local tournament champion 3 years running. His face was on the banner outside. His name was stitched into his gi. Every trophy in the glass case had his fingerprints on it. He was tall, 6'3", broad-shouldered, starting to carry extra weight around the middle but still big enough to fill a doorway. Blonde hair cropped short, square jaw, the kind of smile that looked generous from a distance but turned cold up close. He wore a custom black gi to every class, never white, always black with his name embroidered in gold thread on the chest. Craig didn't just teach martial arts, he performed it. Every class was a show. Every demonstration was a chance to remind everyone in the room who stood at the top. And at the bottom, there was Joelle. Joelle Sanders arrived at Ridgemont every morning at 5 a.m. She mopped the lobby before the lights came on, scrubbed the locker rooms while the first students trickled in, wiped down mats that smelled like sweat and rubber, emptied trash cans full of tape and protein bar wrappers. She did it all in the same faded blue polo, the same worn khaki pants, the same pair of sneakers with the soles peeling at the edges. She was thin, not the lean kind, the kind that comes from skipping meals so your daughter doesn't have to. Her shoulders curved inward slightly, the posture of someone used to making herself small. Her dark hair was always pulled back tight. No jewelry, no makeup, just a name tag that said Joelle in block letters. But her hands told a different story. Calloused, yes, from mop handles and cleaning carts. But her fingers still moved with a strange precision. The way she gripped things, the way she balanced her weight when she stood still. These were small things, things nobody noticed, things that didn't belong to a janitor. Because Joelle Sanders hadn't always been a janitor. At 24, she'd stood on a podium at the Pan American Judo Championships, bronze medal around her neck, national ranking in her back pocket. She'd trained in both judo and Brazilian jiu-jitsu since she was 9 years old. Her osotogari was textbook. Her ground game was suffocating. Coaches called her the Quiet Storm because she never trash-talked. She just dismantled people. Then came the nationals. A bad throw. A knee that bent the wrong way. The sound was worse than the pain. A pop that echoed through the arena like a gunshot. A CL torn. Meniscus shredded. Career over in 3 seconds. Everything after that collapsed like dominoes. 6 months of rehab she couldn't afford. A husband who said he didn't sign up for this. Divorce papers on the kitchen table next to a get well card. Savings gone. Apartment gone. The only thing left was Maya, her daughter now 12 with the same quiet eyes and the same habit of watching everything and saying nothing. Joelle took the janitorial job at Ridgemont 3 years ago. The hours, 5 a.m. to 2 p.m., meant she could be home when Maya got off the school bus. That was all that mattered. Not pride, not dignity, just being there. Donna Evers, the front desk manager, was the closest thing Joelle had to a friend at Ridgemont. Mid-50s, brown hair going silver at the temples, reading glasses always hanging on a chain around her neck. Donna had a kind face, the kind that wanted to help but was always calculating the cost. She'd watched Craig's behavior get worse over 2 years. She wrote things down in a folder on her computer. Dates, quotes, witnesses. But she never showed it to anyone. She was afraid. Same as everyone else in that building. And every morning, Joelle mopped the floors around a martial arts mat, walking through the world that used to be hers, and said nothing. Until Craig Whitmore decided to make her his entertainment. It started on a Saturday, open house day. The gym was full of parents and prospective students. Craig needed a show. He spotted Joelle cleaning near the mat area. Walked over. Didn't ask. Just grabbed her arm and pulled her to the center of the floor. "Ladies and gentlemen, I need a quick volunteer to help me demonstrate a basic self-defense technique." He squeezed her shoulder. "Our janitor here was kind enough to step up." Joelle hadn't stepped up. She'd been dragged. "Sir, I don't think this is—" "Relax, it's just a demo." Before she could pull away, Craig swept her legs. A simple osotogari, but sloppy, all force, no technique. Joelle hit the mat hard. Her wrist bent under her weight. A sharp bolt of pain shot up her forearm. Parents clapped politely. A few kids cheered. Craig took a bow. Joelle got up, slowly. She cradled her wrist against her stomach, walked back to her cleaning cart without a word, without looking at anyone. Nobody asked if she was okay. That night in their small apartment, Maya found her mother sitting on the couch pressing a bag of frozen peas against her wrist. The TV was off. The lights were low. "What happened to your hand, Mom?" "Nothing. Bumped it at work." Maya sat down next to her. She didn't push. She never pushed. She just leaned her head against Joelle's shoulder and stayed there. At 11 p.m., Joelle's phone buzzed. A text from Donna Evers. "I'm sorry. I should have said something. I should have stopped it." Joelle stared at the message for a long time. She didn't reply. She got up, walked down the hallway, opened the closet at the end. Behind the vacuum cleaner and 2 boxes of Maya's old school projects, there was a gear bag, black canvas, covered in dust. She pulled it out, unzipped it. Inside, a faded competition jacket, patches still stitched on the shoulders. Pan American Championships, U.S. National Judo Federation. Underneath, a pair of gi pants, a mouthguard in a cracked plastic case, a roll of athletic tape still sealed. Joelle held the jacket, ran her thumb across the patches, then zipped the bag shut and put it back. Not yet. Monday morning, Joelle arrived at 5 a.m. like always, but something had changed. Craig had moved her cleaning schedule. A printed memo taped to the supply closet door. "Effective immediately, janitorial staff will clean the mat area during class hours. No exceptions. See Whitmore." It meant Joelle had to mop, sweep, and wipe down the mats while Craig taught, while students trained, while she was visible to everyone. Craig wanted an audience for what came next. First week, small things. Craig called her the help in front of students. Told a group of teenagers, "You see her? That's your future if you skip training." Laughed like it was a joke. Some students laughed along. Most didn't. Second week, bigger. Craig started using Joelle as a punchline in front of parents. A mother visiting with her 8-year-old son asked what made Ridgemont different from other gyms. Craig pointed across the room at Joelle, who was emptying a trash can near the water fountain. "You see that woman? She's been here 3 years. Never trained a day. Never asked to learn.